Hi everybody, this is my 25-week update. I know last week I said 23. I found out I was actually a week further than I thought I was. So yeah, I'm 25 weeks actually today. For my pregnancy, things are going a lot better. I still have the pain up here, and I have been expanding a lot. For 25 weeks, I get an awful lot of comments. Are you expecting twins? Or, oh, you're coming close to the end now, right? Because I am sticking out further than a lot of people expect. Although today it was really nice because it was a very busy weekend. Today we had our church picnic, and there was a lady there who came up to me and she says, "Oh, how many do you have?" And I told her 4. This is our 5th, and she's, "Oh, you look really good for your 5th pregnancy, and it's all baby," she says, and I'm like, "Oh, that makes me feel so nice," because I get a lot of "you're really big" type comments, and I know I live with this body. I know my size, and a lot of people are surprised that there isn't 2 in there. There's just 1. We had an ultrasound. We are very sure there's just 1 in there. If more than 1 came out, I would be very surprised. That would be very odd. I don't think that really happens much anymore, not with the technology and everything that we have. So yeah, that would be very odd. Anyways, I don't have a whole lot to speak of except that right now, like, again, the top of my belly is feeling weird, and I have found this week, I've had it previous weeks, but it hasn't been for such a long period of time. It's more off and on, but this week especially I've been finding my whole belly is actually feeling heavy. I know that you can get Braxton's earlier on, and I'm wondering if that's what it is, because it'll come and go. It's not constant. Then all of a sudden I'll just feel like, oh, it just feels like a heavy feeling, like not oh, I don't even know how to describe it. Just that all of a sudden the belly feels really heavy, and then it goes away, and later on it comes back. Well, if you have to excuse me right now, I'm a little chilly. I took a shower, so my hair is wet, and I'm a little chilled. Our room is not the warmest right now. We turned down our temperature in our house quite a bit for the night because the kids, their rooms are all upstairs, and it gets really hot during the summer upstairs, even when the temperature in the house is supposed to be comfortable. I'm not sure why that is. I mean, it has to do with the air not circulating upstairs as well. It's an older house, probably happens with newer houses too, but so we turn the temperature down so it's more comfortable upstairs, which tends to mean it's a little cooler down here. And our nights, I would like to just open windows, but again, we live on a dairy, and we've got pig farms. There's one over that way, there's one over that way, and the wind blows in the right direction, and it's been really windy lately, and the wind has been changing direction. Like, you never know when it's going to blow the right way and you're going to get a lovely whiff of pig barn, and I don't like that smell because it permeates everything. And with all the spring cleaning I've been doing, I don't really want my curtains smelling like pigs, because you have to wash them to get the smell out. It clings, that smell. It's not fun. I have been very interested in doing stuff this week. It's part of the nesting. For me, I'm very task oriented. I go project crazy. So we have a garden shed out back, and it has been in desperate need of reorganizing and cleaning for a number of years. The problem is a lot of the stuff that's in there is really heavy. Me being me, really, I don't recommend this, but I decided I was going to clean it out this week. Anyways, so on Monday I took everything out of there, including the glass table, and I carried it by myself, which I should not do because I'm pregnant. Took lots of breaks, but I moved it up onto the deck. So now our table and chairs are finally up on the deck. My husband's just been so busy with working on the farm that he just hasn't had the time to do it. And when he has, it's dark out. So no point in that then. I got the table out, the chairs. I have a whole bunch of these little lights that I hadn't put out. I hadn't put out at all last year. I didn't want to do it. So we took them out this year and we washed them up. The kids helped me. We washed them up and we put them all out all over the yard. And that was nice. I got a whole bunch of stuff in the trash because there was stuff that just is trash. Swept it out. It's looking so nice in there now. Like it could actually go in there. Except you have to duck because it's not a very tall shed. And I keep banging my head. It was not fun. I actually also had to fix the doors because the doors wouldn't close. So the dog had been getting in there and getting at the kids' toys, because the kids' toys I had in a little Rubbermaid bin, and that Rubbermaid bin had been driven over, the lid at least, had been driven over by one of the gator that we have on the farm here, because the kids didn't put it back on. I used to have it sitting out by their playhouse, and so now I have had to have the toys in the garden shed because the dog, anytime there's any toy on the yard, the next morning it's garbage. So we put them all in there, but he's been getting in there. He's already found a couple things and those are now trash. So I'm hoping to actually buy one of those nice big, those deck boxes with the hinged lid, heavy hinged lid, that we can put on there that the lid won't come off and get mowed over by anybody. So Rubbermaid containers are nice, but they're not great for, I mean, they're plastic and things break after, oh my goodness, 7 years. So yeah, I'm just very excited now. Everything is in there and I can actually close the doors, sort of. They're not on properly because they came off of the track. The dirt filled in on the bottom. The bottom track is actually below ground level. I don't know who designed this thing. It wasn't a smart design, but I dug all the dirt out that I could actually get to, because the door overlaps on the track the whole time in one section. It's about this big. So there's dirt in there I can't get out, and I don't think a shop vac will get it either. So other than removing the door completely and trying to reassemble it and put it back on the track, I'm not sure what else I can do. But they move now, they can close. So I'm happy about that. But in the process of doing that, I found out that I had at some point put a bunch of sidewalk tiles inside the garden shed. And I have a bunch of sidewalk tiles in the front yard that have been sitting there for years. I've had plans for and I just never did anything with. So I started a new project, which once again, most people will call me crazy because I am. But in the one corner of my yard, I can't mow the mower. I can't get the mower in there. It's too small. I have to get the push mower for that, and I hate using the push mower. If I can help it, I will avoid the push mower at all costs, especially with this, because I tend to like to use my weight to push it sometimes because it's not very easy to push. And I decided, okay, we're going to make a little patio. So this week, I think it was Thursday, I dug all the sod out in that area. And then Friday I did a bit of leveling. I haven't leveled it all completely. I did a little bit. I got about 12 tiles, 16 by 16 tiles from my front, and I placed them in. I'm just kind of bordering it with some of the tiles, and I'm going to take some of the other sidewalk tiles that are in my garden shed to empty that out, because I like emptying it out if I can. And we'll lay those down, and then we'll just fill it in with pea gravel after that, and done. And then the kids have a little area. I want to make a little table and chairs set to put on that little patio, as it's next to the deck and it's close to the fire pit. And I want to make some pallet benches. I love Pinterest. Pinterest is a black hole of time. It takes so much of my time away and I don't ever get any of it done. So, but I want to try making these pallet benches, just very, very simple, and have them out just beside the fire pit. And I think that would be nice because then we have some permanent seating there, because the pallets, they're all treated and such already. We get a lot of them on the farm. And they won't take them back. The feed companies, they're not allowed to take these pallets back. So I'm like, hey, why not use them and build these benches that I don't have to move into a garden shed or something over the winter. So we have very long winters here. I'm in Canada. It's kind of our thing. But very excited about all these projects because it's warm, it's summer, the kids are outside constantly, and it's great because then I'm sort of able to still watch them and get some work done. The thing is, with being pregnant, you spend a lot of time resting in between. Load 3 little bricks, bring them over, sit down and rest, put them out, level, put out a brick, sit down and rest, level another spot, put down a brick, sit down and rest. It takes a lot longer to get a project done than when I'm not pregnant. So I'm trying to have patience with myself, and I don't have a lot of patience with myself. I get frustrated very quickly, so I'm kind of trying to work on that. The kids have been having a great time though. My daughter, my oldest, she keeps coming over, oh, Mom, look at that, you're doing such a great job. So it's this encouragement from my 8-year-old. It's very sweet. So yeah, spending a lot of time outdoors. Once again, I'm pretty thrilled that I don't need to use sunscreen, because I guess the food that I've been eating and the cod liver oil that I've been taking has been doing great. I feel like I'm pretty dark. We were out in the sun all day today and nobody burnt, and I'm so happy because I hate applying sunscreen so much. Another thing that I've been doing, actually, I have it cooling right now because I let it get to a boil. I like to make bone broth. One of the things that the Brewer's Diet calls for, which I've talked about the Brewer's Diet before, is to have nutritious fluids instead of just water. Water is good too, but they want you to have more nutritious fluids because our bodies, when we're pregnant, we need more nutrition because we're growing a person. It's a lot of work. So we need more calories and we need more nutrition, and so I make bone broth whenever we have chicken. All you do is you take your crock pot, you throw your bones in there. I throw in some star aniseed and some bay leaves. I'll chop up some celery and some carrots and half an onion or whatever, and I'll throw it all in there, fill it with water, put it on to slow cook for about 6 to 8 hours, however long I decide to have it on for. And then when it's done, I just take everything out, I filter it through a strainer and stick it in the fridge. If you want to put it in the freezer, I do not recommend using glass. I use glass for in the fridge. Since I'm using it quite regularly, like we make a lot of soup and we'll use it in soup, or sometimes I'll cook rice in it or something. Make chili, put that in there for the fluid, for the liquid. A lot of the stuff that calls for water, if it's cooking meal type stuff, stir fry, whatever, I'll put the bone broth in instead of water, and it adds that extra bit of nutrition. You have that extra bit of gelatin that you're getting from the bones themselves, and that's good for you. It's supposed to be really good for your bones and teeth. So I've been enjoying it. I like actually having it in the evening. I'll warm up in a pot. I'll warm up about a cup of it and fill my mug, put a whole bunch of salt because it doesn't taste good without a lot of salt. To me, it needs to have salt. And then I'll just use that as my relaxing beverage at the end of the day instead of coffee, because I don't drink coffee. And I like tea, but I'm not a huge tea drinker except in winter. So this is good, and it's healthy, and it's got a lot of nutritive qualities, so it's pretty easy to make. Saw my doctor this week, and he's going to be moving me over to my delivery doctor now. I have another appointment with him at 28 weeks, and then that's it. He's my family doctor. I've had him for many, many years. He actually was still a delivery doctor with my first 2 kids, but after I had my son, he quit. He said he quit the baby catching business. He said. My first baby was delivered by the doctor on call because my family doctor happened to be out at that point. He wasn't available, and he told me that would likely happen when I had my last appointment. So with this baby, I'm going to be having the same doctor that has actually delivered my last 2 girls, and so he knows about my hemorrhage issue. So we'll see how that all goes. I'm actually already shaking because, well, first of all, I am a little chilly, and second, I've done this 4 times. You'd think this would be just, oh, I know how this goes, but I get nervous the idea of going into labor again, because you never know how it's going to go. You never know when it's going to happen. You know roughly, but you don't know the exact time. And for somebody who likes all her ducks in a row, it's a little difficult because you can't anticipate it, really. So whenever I think about it, I start kind of shaking a little bit and nervous. And I need to work on that. I mean, nervousness is normal, I'm sure. But yeah, giving birth is a lot of work. So knowing that I'm gonna do this again, and knowing that it could be all over the board, because it's been so different with every single one of my kids that I don't even know what to anticipate. I don't know if it's going to be 2 hours. I don't know if it's going to be 7 hours. I don't know if it's going to be if I'm going to even know, oh, okay, I'm in labor, let's go, or if I'm going to be like, okay, something is weird, let's go to the hospital, and trying to just like, okay, calm. See, I'm shaking again. It doesn't take me long. I talk about labor and delivery, and I get, because it's hard work. It's very hard work. I try to go natural. So, yeah, for me, it's not a pleasant experience. I know I've talked to moms who think it's great, and I'm like, kudos to you. I get great pregnancies. For me, pregnancy is great. I feel like I was built for pregnancy. I don't know. I guess technically I'm female, that kind of, goes part and parcel, but yeah, like I said, I don't have a whole lot of symptoms. Lately, my biggest symptoms have been hurt here and heaviness, and sometimes it's like I get a little bit of heartburn. In 25 weeks, I'm pretty big. A little bit of heartburn is kind of to be expected. The other thing that I've been getting that's a little bit weird. Normally when I sneeze or if I cough or anything like that, it actually, I can actually feel it hurts, right around here, my muscles aren't there. I can feel actually where my muscles end. So the muscles, you're using them when you cough and stuff too, and I can feel that. It's really weird. It's just a strange feeling, because usually, it usually wraps around you. But I can definitely tell the diastasis, I don't know if I'm even saying that right, whatever. I can definitely tell that it's making things a bit different. But, I mean, otherwise, pregnancy's good. Things are good. I'm getting projects done. I got a list a mile long. It looks like, I'm like, oh, I should do this and this and this and that. I actually forgot. I'm going to show you guys my belly. I wonder if you can see it. This is my 25-week belly. I feel pretty big. I am pretty big. It's just the way it is. But yeah, I'm bigger than I was with any of the others, and it's getting more and more obvious to me. Because none of my clothes that fit me throughout all 40 weeks before are fitting me at 25 weeks already. They're already feeling small. So, yeah. That was 25 weeks. We will see what happens in the next week, and hopefully I will keep updating. If there's anything that you maybe have questions about, or anything that you want to know about, or whatever, you can post it in the comments. Just let me know, because I don't know. I don't even know what to expect in the upcoming weeks anymore, because everything's so different. Hope you all have a wonderful week, well, the weekend is over now, but good week, and have a blessed summer.